hello everyone. Naku guys, dadayain daw talaga yung election natin ngayon. Sabi ni Attorney Glenn Chong. Naku, panoorin natin ito para malaman natin kung bakit niya nasabi yung mga ganun.
Unmute si Attorney Glenn.
Ate Claire, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Attorney Glenn.
Thank you. At
Alam mo, bago ka pumasok, ang daming reklamo na ng mga ating OFWs. Ibang nababasa na binoto nila, yung iba naman wala talagang nababasa, no? So, bakit ganun? Ano ba talaga itong QR code ba ito? Talaga ba may capacity na basahin ng mga binoto ng botante? O talaga bang marami nang nadi-discourage sa bumoto dahil parang ang feeling nila nagkakadayaan na? What's your take on this po?
Tulad ng sinabi ko when I had still my Facebook account, Harry, Ate Claire, mga kababayan, sinabi ko na that dadayain yung halalan natin, and that is as sure as the sun sets and the sun rises in the morning and the sun sets in the evening. Walang
Grabe.
magagawa si George dahil diktayan ni Lisa Marcos. And I remember 2 weeks later, they took down my Facebook account. I was suspended for 180 days. That is 3 months before the elections and 3 months after the elections to make sure I cannot speak. And then pagkatapos doon, I found out, Harry, ito preliminaries ko pa lang ha, I'm setting the tone. When I attended the TRICOM hearing, I found out I was not actually invited. I had no subpoena. Contrary to the news reports. Sa Inquirer, sa Philippine Star, pinapalabas nila. Sa Philippine Star, mas ano yun, 3 seats na empty. Nandun yung pangalan ko, si Sas at si Cathy Binag. Pinapalabas nilang hindi ako sumisipot sa hearing. Nung sumipot na ako sa hearing, I found out I had no invitation, which I did not actually receive any. And then contrary sa report ng Inquirer na I had a subpoena, walang sinerve sa akin na subpoena pagdating doon. Yung mga kasama ko, pinapirma ng subpoena. They were physically served the subpoena. Ako, wala. So in effect, nandun ako uninvited and hindi ako sinubpoena. Doon ko napagtanto na insidious machination yun ng COMELEC. They wanted to shut me up and brand me as fake news para magawa nila yung gusto nilang gawin. And ito, speaking of the QR code.
Grabe, no?
In my speeches, privately and publicly, sinabi ko na, ang QR code na nasa VVPAT, that's Voter Verified Paper Audit Trail. Kami yon ni Senator Gordon in Bagong Bayan versus COMELEC. The QR code in the Voter Verified Paper Audit Trail, yung sa resibo, does not actually contain the names of the candidates na binoto. They contain the codes of the candidates. Ito yung paulit-ulit kong sinabi. Yung QR code na yan, hindi pangalan ng kandidatong pinili ninyo. Hindi yan pangalan nila ang nandyan sa loob ng QR code na yan. Ang nasa loob niyan are codes. Kailangan niyang i-connect yan to a lookup table or a reference table para ma-print niya kung ano yung pangalan. Now, sino may hawak ng lookup table or reference table? Si COMELEC, si Miro. Kung papalitan ko yung reference table, lookup table, so iba ang ipiniprint doon sa resibo, iba ang actual na content doon sa QR code. That's one way to cheat the elections. For example, yung number 18 ni Doc Lorraine na party list. Number 18, nabasa ko kanina. I don't know if it's correct. O number 18.
Yeah, ito now.
Thank you, Doc. If it's 18, kung papalitan ang QR code, ang lookup reference table, yung 18 ilalagay ko sa number 20, yung 20 ilalagay ko sa number 18. So ang boto na para sa number 18 napupunta kay 20. Ang boto ni 20 napupunta ko sa hindi binoboto actually si 20. Yun ang ilalabas na boto ni number 18. That's one way to cheat the elections. Of course, iba yung sinabi ni Attorney Respicio. For as long as the machines are connected to the internet, that's true. You can actually cheat. You can actually hack it. You can actually hijack the results. Basta, alam mo lang yung password at IP address. Ito yung hindi sinabi ni Attorney Respicio. Hindi niya sinabi, kulang yung sinabi niya. You need to know the IP address, and the password. Now, sinong may hawak ng password at IP address? Hindi si Comelec at si Miro lamang. So in other words, kung i-hack ang yung machine, kung dadayain mo yon, it's an inside job. It cannot be done by an outsider because they do not have the IP address and they do not have the password. The other third
talaga.
way is dati, pag walang signal dito, Smart or Globe, ang ginagamit is VSAT. Ito ang ginagamit ni Smartmatic, VSAT. VSAT satellites are high Earth orbit satellites. They're about 20,000 to 22,000 miles up in the sky. So kung ano sila, high Earth orbit, geostationary. So pag geostationary yung satellite, they move with the Earth, with the orbit of the Earth. So if the Earth moved towards the west, so of course, the satellite also moved towards the west. Tapos, pag trace mo yung signal, natitrace mo yung signal. Because geostationary yung satellite. Fixed, geostationary, fixed siya. So, yung signal, nagbabounce between satellites, you can trace that. Now, ngayon, pag walang signal, ang ginagamit nila is Starlink. Is Starlink? Low Earth orbit satellites yan. Low Earth orbit satellite means malilikot sila. Kung ihahack mo yung makina, hindi mo matitrace yung transmission signal. Dahil pinapasa-pasa yan from one satellite to the other. Kasi nga malikot sila. Hindi sila geostationary. So ito yung tatlong paraan. Paano ako mandadaya using Starlink? I-jump ko yung signal. I-jump ko yung signal sa local precinct. Tapos dadayain ko using bogus transmissions. At hindi mo matitrace because you're using Starlink. So, ito ngayong nakikita ninyo, these are manifestations already. Mas madaling dayain yung sa online voting, voting natin sa OFWs because wala ngang voter receipt. Walang voter receipt na lumalabas. Ang verification mo nasa screen. Wala kang actual na physical na hawak. So, kung ang suggestion ko, yung kaninang sinabi ni Ma'am sa Milan, tama yung sinabi ni Attorney Hoson na pag may problema, particularly sa iyo, lumabas. Ang binoto mo, itong mga taong ito. And then, ang suggestion ko, gumawa kayo ng listahan ng iboboto ninyo. Okay? Pakinggan nyo to mga kababayan and disseminate this. Although, pwede akong mag-live with Ate Claire on this one separately para wider yung dissemination. Gumawa kayo ng listahan ninyo, ng binoto ninyo. Tapos, pagboto ninyo, kung walang resibo, at least doon sa screen, mabiverify mo. Itapat mo yung resibo mo sa screen at yung binoto mo, na nilista mo, at picturean mo. Because that would be clear evidence na ito yung binoto ko, ito yung lumabas sa makina. Picturean nyo yan. You have the right. Kasi hindi ang tugma eh. And then, mag-file ka ng complaint doon sa embahada. Huwag kang umalis na hindi na-accomplish yung report mo ng discrepancy ng boto mo. And get a copy. And if you can do it, send it to us. So kami yung mag-ingay dito sa Manila. Yun ang bawal po mag-take ng picture during mag-vote. Kung ako, hindi ako papayag. Wala nga akong resibo eh. Hindi nyo ako binigyan ng resibo. Sa screen lang. Ito yung binoto ko, yung screen, hindi nagtugma eh. Ipipicturan ko kasi ito yung ipapakita ko doon sa aking complaint. So at least lulusot ka dyan. Although sasabihin natin, bawal mag-picture sa pagboto. Nagkataon, ito ang may listahan ako. Kaya nga, ang suggestion ko sa inyo, concrete na suggestion, gumawa kayo ng listahan ng iboboto nyo. Because first, ang bawal po mag-post. Yes, I think that's correct. Pwede kang kumuha ng picture as evidence. Attorney Hoson, pwede kang kumuha ng picture as evidence. Kasi nga, because election offense, tama siya. Yun nga. First, yung listahan mo will actually aid in making your vote faster. So it helps in the process. At hindi ka magkakamali. That's one benefit. Pagdating mo doon, i-verify mo sa screen, at kung hindi magtugma, itapat mo doon sa screen yung binoto mo and take a picture. Pag sinabing bawal, sabihin, hindi, evidentiary matter to eh. Evidentiary matter to. Ito yung binoto ko, ito lumabas. Pipicturean ko to kasi mag-file ako ng complaint. Walang magagawa sila dyan. That's your right to document it. And then, pagdating doon, mag-file ka ng complaint doon sa embahada. And huwag kang umalis na hindi ka binigyan ng kopya. Oh, and then when you get your copy, maybe you can email it to us. You can email it to Ate Claire. You can forward it to me. We will collate it and we will make noise about it. Oh, with Attorney Hoso. Daan natin sa PDP. But more than that, ito yung gusto kong ipanawagan sa ating lahat, mga kababayan. Suportahan po natin yung panawagan natin na yung QR code dapat ma-verify natin. Ma-verify natin yung contents ng QR code kasi nga, code ang nandun, hindi pangalan ng kandidato. So, kailangan nating ma-verify yun. We have the app already ready to use na pwede nating i-upload and you can download it and you can verify it. And then, we need to count the votes as reflected in the QR code. Kasi doon tayo, bawal na mag-picture po, Attorney Gan. Bawal nga mag-picture kung for the sake of taking a picture. Pero kung kaya nga kailangan gumawa ng listahan. And then pagdating mo doon sa screen, kung hindi tugma, picturean mo yung listahan and the screen as evidentiary matter. And yun ang gamitin mo sa pag-file ng complaint. Sa online voting station, okay. Kung
Tama yun, no? Tama yun. Gawin nila yun, mga OFW, gumawa kayo ng listahan. Listahan ng mga iboboto nyo. Tapos, sabi no, clear naman yung sinabi ni Attorney Glenchong, no? So, yun talaga yung gawin ninyo, naku guys, para magkaroon kayo ng ebidensya. So, guys, anong masasabi nyo? Naku, sobrang nawawalan tuloy tayo ng tiwala dyan sa COMELEC, no? Grabe.